Hello, welcome to another episode of the Smerdley Show. Now a lot of you people out there might think this is disrespectful of me, but well, I got an email from one of my younger sisters. I have two younger sisters and one older sister, and she said that she heard from the other sister in Florida about my older brother David, whose nickname growing up was Zuni, okay, Zuni, Lazoon, and that apparently, well, I haven't seen or heard from him since 1975, and before then it was 1973 at my mother's funeral, okay? That Zuni, David, the animal, the retard, the moron, had pneumonia, and he had went to the hospital this weekend sometime, and they found out that he had a major heart attack about 2 weeks earlier, and they were going to airlift him to a heart facility, and he died, all right? And they resuscitated him and put him on a life support system like Terry Schiavo, only his liver and his kidneys were totally rotten out from whatever booze and drugs he'd been on for all those years, okay? And the decision was made this morning by my younger sister in Florida, I guess, to take him off the life support system, which is fine, okay? Now, when I was growing up with that fucking moron, our fights were legendary. Our fights were legendary, you know? When I started growing, I grew to be bigger than him, and I realized that he was a moron with brute strength, and I had brains, okay? And the only thing we had in common that we liked together were Marvel comics, when the Marvel comics were first coming out. And we both read Thor, okay? And Thor was the guy with the brute strength and a hammer, and Odin was his brother, you know, who had a brain, and it was always brain versus brawn, you know. So when we fought, David was Thor, brute, animal, and I was Odin, the one with the brains, all right? And one of the things we used to fight with was, he'd get those, you know those aluminum, those round aluminum things, they're like flying saucers that you ride down the hill and then snow in. Well, he'd get one of them for a shield, okay? And I'd get a club or a baseball bat. And we'd go at it. He couldn't hit me with that snow saucer and hurt me, but I could hit that thing and dent it and hurt his arm and knock it out of his hand and beat the shit out of him with a club, okay? And we had this whip, you know, you wove a whip. It was a whip making kit, and I learned how to whip him with that. I whipped the living Jesus out of him. I whipped him till he screamed. One time I beat him up with a baseball bat. I mean, not a baseball bat, but a cowboy belt. You know, the big Western cowboy belts with a big buckle. I wrapped that around my hand and I beat him with it, and it went around his arm, and it went, and it, you know, the little thing on the buckle, it hit him right in the vein in the arm, it poked a hole in it, and the blood squirted almost all the way up to his cheek.